You can look backwards or you can look forwards. And most people don't do either. They just kind of get stuck in just like, well, I'm just going through the day and I have no perspective and my business isn't working and I'm not really happy. And then you're like, why aren't you happy? And they're like, I don't know. Everything's broken. It's like, well, you have no clarity.
You're listening to the Traffic and Funnels Show.
Okay, cool. All right, let's just dive in. Chris, you want to take emotional stabilization first? Because I kind of need that too. Just teach us all, man.
No, I think you should hit that one, bro.
For real?
Yeah.
He's just going to sit there with his hat.
Because the thing is, I think you're really good at frameworks and tactics for emotional stability, which would be beneficial.
Okay. Whose question was this? All right. You going through something?
I just feel like with the yoga's a business, the ups and the downs, and I'm pretty OCD and ADD, so
yeah.
It takes me a while to kind of like get that even keel across.
Yeah. I started journaling in probably early 2015. Every day I use an app called Day One. And it's evolved over the years. I think that I've accepted the fact that I'm never going to be as stable as Chris, in that I feel like Chris is always happy and he's always chill. And even when things are breaking, he's just like, too blessed to be stressed, bro. And I'm like, actually, I'm literally stressed right now, so I don't know how that works. So yeah, the things that I've had to do, like my model is there's two ways that you can set yourself up in the morning. You can look backwards or you can look forwards. And most people don't do either. They just kind of get stuck in just like, well, I'm just going through the day and I have no perspective and my business isn't working and I'm not really happy. And then you're like, why aren't you happy? And they're like, I don't know. Everything's broken. It's like, well, you have no clarity. So for instance, we could have a really horrible month in a business. But then I go back and I see a picture of me in 2017. And I realize that what my low point now was my record in 2017 or 2018. And I'm like, oh, it's not that bad. It could be worse, Same scenario, could be a really bad month. But I go in and I look at my vision for 2021, and I'm excited to go in and build. I think a lot of it comes down to excitement. If you don't have enthusiasm for where you're headed, then everything's going to wreck you. You have no sustainability without enthusiasm. So for me, I actually track that. I have a spreadsheet for it. I do. I actually do. I have a spreadsheet for everything because I love spreadsheets. Love them. Every day, Matt's doing this. Lance is doing this. Who else is doing the daily tracker? Rudy? Devin? I'll actually rate my happiness every day. I can see trends, and it will tell me I am getting off somewhere, or I'm doing something I don't enjoy doing. I think Chris's thing that he's really good at is he always asks himself this question, like, do I enjoy this? And that's probably, that's rubbed off on me because he'll ask me that all the time, and I'm like, I don't know. I haven't even thought about it. And then come to find out I don't enjoy it, and that clarity helps me get out of it. Does that give you help? Yeah?
One thing that Taylor's really good at, and he's helped me with this as well, because I had like zero of this, it's called awareness.
Yeah, I'll be like, do you want me to tell you how you feel about that?
Yeah.
Like,
if I didn't have Taylor,
please.
my wife, I wouldn't know how I feel, ever.
Me and Missy.
Yeah. But journaling really helps with that, helps me with that. Like, I'll be feeling negative about something, and I just don't know why. And so I don't have that natural lean, so I have to just start talking to, I use Day One as well. So just the practice of awareness is crucial every single day. Just to throw up, like whatever you have on your mind or your heart. So practicing awareness and what Taylor was talking about, perspective. Right? You get perspective about looking at the past, looking at the future, but not only perspective from your journey in your life, perspective from other people's journey in life. That's why we read a lot. We see companies failing or having issues, right? It helps us to get to a place of like, oh my God, we can avoid that. And I'm so grateful. I'm like thankful that now I can just read this book or this article, whatever. Another big thing is exercise. Is crucial. If you're going to be a high performer, you have to exercise. You have to eat well. It's crucial.
I'm sending a screenshot to the guys in the back, and they're going to put my daily tracker up on their projector if that would help that I use. Yeah, it's pretty great. And I track my weight too, so don't judge me.
By the way, you guys both did a great job. You guys look a lot better since Thursday.
Thank you. Let's just give a round of applause for us. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been really hard, bro, but every carb counts. That's what I've learned. Sub 200. I had a muffin this morning. I was like, dude, I feel amazing.
Yo, wait
Talk about enthusiasm.
Wait till I get Botox, bro.
What'd you say?
Wait till I get Botox.
Okay.
Right?
All right. Any other questions on emotional regulation? Yep.
Oh, thanks, Rudy. So on the happiness piece, when you see your trend going off, I tend to be a pretty positive, happy person. But as some people have been talking in here about their months, I've had a couple $30,000 months in a row, and all of a sudden it's down back to 16. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
Now I'm not happy.
Well, that'll do it. That's where you got to go back to the backwards versus forwards. You know, so there was probably a day in your past when 16 would have been really good. So going backwards. I found most of my happiness isn't really money related. It's kind of tied to my biology. One of our clients one time said, if mindset and biology get in a fight, biology always wins. And I was like, wow, that's actually kind of true. So if my sleep is bad, it's magic. I'm just pissed. I'm not happy. So most of those this comes down to something we talk about a lot called attribution. This is what this is about. I don't really care about any of it. I want to see trends. I got to find attribution. So if I'm unhappy and I'm gaining weight and then I'm like, my sleep has been down for a week, it's a lot easier all of a sudden. I'm like, oh, it's not the business. I need to go to sleep earlier. Make sense? So I just track all of that stuff. The sleep and the sleep score, the readiness, the yellow stuff is all like, it's quantifiable. It's coming from an app called Oura Ring. The red is what I rate. You can see I'm very consistent this month with not filling it out. The red is what I rate myself in the morning, and it's subjective. It's just based on how I feel. And then the blue is the end of the day. And the reason the numbers are so low is because I rate from -2 to +2, not 1 to 10. Because when I was rating 1 to 10, it was like, this month's average is 7. Next month, this month's average is 7. It's always somewhere in the middle. Whereas a negative to positive is binary. I'm either not happy or I'm happy. And there's a small scale. Does that make sense? Did you have a question?
How often are you looking back at that to go ahead and notice those patterns and trends? Like, do you look at that at the end of the month, at the end of the week?
Depends on what's going on. I mean, I look at it every day because I have to fill it out every day when I do fill it out every day, of course. But sometimes it'll be like this week. I haven't done it because I'm in a event mode. So I'll go back this weekend. I'll backfill all my sleep, and then I'll look at it. And it's just a tool to find out if something has gone wrong somewhere, you know? Cool. Any other questions on this? Are we good?
In the line of emotional stability, in the moment, I understand, we can always look back and look forward, but in the moment when shit hits the fan, do you have any strategies for keeping yourself,
Yes.
calm?
Just call Chris.
So Chris, do you have any strategies in general in the moment where you want to punch a wall but you don't?
Not really anymore. Besides when valet scratched my new car recently.
Yeah, that was bad.
But you do you have to get to a place. So I would recommend reading Crucial Conversations. And the thing is, the awareness is important. So I don't typically get angry or mad usually. It's just not common for me anymore. And so even in that, I had to put myself in check and recognize that this is not a big deal. Like, I was pissed off that these people, the thing that really pissed me off is that they were blaming me. I was like, no. Oh, we're about to go down. And so I just had to check myself and just detach from the situation. And it's hard to detach from a situation if you don't have a baseline for yourself. So this is one of the things that Crucial Conversations talks about, and it's really good if you're a leader and you have a team, so I highly recommend that book. So practice emotional detachment from situations. And it's hard to do that if you don't have a baseline, if you're not tracking your trends and how things make you feel and what things piss you off and what things make you happy. So that's why having data is really, really good and important, especially if you lean towards the more emotional side, because then you can get quick attribution to why you're feeling the way you are, and then get quick perspective on how to change that and adjust that, right? So